we're hoping to in 2019 be there ourselves. With our journey, which started with Boys of Summer, the documentary. Have you been able to see those, by the way?
I saw a little bit of it, but I can't say I've watched them all the way through.
No worries. And I wonder, it's interesting to me going forward. I know there's a bit of an American conceit in there because it's couched in the game of baseball, which is a very American game. Cricket, obviously, soccer, bigger sports over there.
Yeah, cricket's a proper version of that game, I think.
There you go. We have a derivative in the States. We want to draw into the world. Conversation is where we'd like to go. There's 5 films planned within the series, and hopefully by the time that 2019 in Kyoto comes up, that we'd be ready to screen the 3rd film, and we'd be reaching out in that way to talk to other marketplaces, because it sounds we have a similar mission. We want to have the conversations interconnected between communities here, between countries and cultures, so that we can see this is a human issue, and if we are finding, I want to highlight the best services, treatments, and just manners of getting along that we can. Meanwhile, supporting, of course, the scientists. That good work on them, and I trust them, and I pray for them. It's beyond my scope to understand how they work with the brain. I'm no neurologist. From a social standpoint, though, if we can talk like we're doing right now, and more people can connect this way, I think we can share ideas that can really hold communities up that might not have even understood what was possible.
Yeah, no, I think that's really important, and we share that philosophy definitely. I think there's something quite special about the Parkinson's community. Actually, I think it's not so big that we all just get lost in it, and it's not so small that we don't really have any kind of resources or focus. I mean, it's been great to see some of our advocates within the Parkinson's community in the UK really develop strong relationships with people globally, and I think technology obviously allows that to happen. And I certainly know leaders of organisations around the world, and we're regularly looking to how we can exchange good practice and ideas, and unite around things like World Parkinson's Day, just so that we can raise the profile. I think one of the interesting things is just the demographic time bomb, if you like. We just released some figures last week showing that, or a couple of weeks ago, showing that that the number of people living with Parkinson's will increase by just under 20% by 2025. So there's a real challenge for our communities about how we provide the care and support for those ever increasing numbers. And that's something that's a global problem.
Right, so raising awareness toward that, normalizing it on one hand, and on the other hand saying this is something we need to pay attention to, because it's not, like you said, just an older person's thing. The younger and younger onset that are getting this, that are living for a long time with it, that's a very difficult thing economically, spiritually, emotionally, all those things.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think that the kind of urgency that come from the community and the community of younger people as well. I mean, we do fund research. We spend around £11 million. So I guess, I don't know, that's sort of 13, 14, $15 million a year on research. We've changed our approach towards that, really trying to kind of accelerate the process. We've started something called our virtual biotech program to invest in drug development, drug discovery work. We're also really excited about a global coalition that we've formed, and a lot of American partners are involved in this as well. But we're leading this consortium of drug companies, pharma companies who are interested in Parkinson's, regulators as well, and academics, researchers across the world to share data and use that to change the way that clinical trials are being done. I think one of the issues is that the Parkinson's community say that when I go into a clinical trial, you're measuring things that aren't important to me, and assessing whether a trial is successful on that basis. You're including it within the trial people whose Parkinson's seems quite different to me. We have different treatments. Currently we have different symptoms. Our condition develops at a different pace, and I think the community sharing that kind of knowledge could really be quite transformational in changing the way that clinical trials are done, and that would be really significant.
Yeah, that's excellent, Steve. Well, look, I know we could talk all day on this. This is great stuff, but I have to unfortunately jump off to another call at this time. I wanted to say thank you so much for taking a moment with me, and I hope this is just a first conversation for us because I think there's a lot more to be done, and I really do appreciate everything you're doing over there. And let's if I can provide anything for you stateside, please by all means reach out. Okay?
Yeah, no, that's brilliant, and we'll talk before, but definitely see you in Japan next year.
Sounds good. All right, Steve, you take care. For Faces of Parkinson's, this is Robert Cochran. We'll see you next time.